Hey guys, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today we're doing a relaxer cut and style on my client here. Of course, my client is another client that I haven't seen since about February due to the COVID-19, so this is well overdue. So we are starting off with a sensitive scalp relaxer. I know a lot of stylists like to use sensitive scalp, or people use sensitive scalp because they say, hey, my scalp burns easily, blah, 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 blah. When honestly, sensitive scalp relaxer to me relaxes the hair faster and straighter than the normal tub relaxers. I know it sounds crazy, but that's my go-to for relaxing short hair. Now for the cut, we were contemplating leaving it longer because she thought about growing it out. But based on the style that she wanted, we did have to cut it down, or she would have had a very hard time going forward trying to keep her hair groomed and in shape. So it's more up to you, but she just decided that I'm going to go shorter. I'm just going to go ahead and take it on down. So for before we actually did the mold, I did want to do majority of the cut first. So we did about 85 to 90% of the hair cutting, and then we will mold her and then cut her, or do the detailing after she is dry. Now, some people, I tell people all the time, there is no blueprint to how you cut the hair, or how much you cut at the beginning, or whether if you wait till it's dry. It's really by choice. It's really the preference of that stylist and how they work. Not everyone cuts the way that I do. I don't cut the way that everyone else does. So it's more preference. There's no right or wrong to hair cutting. The only difference is making sure that you know your degrees and you know your angles, that kind of thing. Okay? So once the haircut is complete, I used our Elite Silk Wrap Foam on her hair. Now, before we even go any further, as I always say, if you are going to be molding your hair, you want to make sure that you put the hair or comb the hair in the direction of the mold that you're going to do. Number one, it'll make it a lot easier for you to mold your hair. Number two, you won't be trying to comb through and detangle the hair while the wrap foam or setting lotion is in the hair, okay? So make your job a lot easier. Do as much work as you can or as far down the map as you can go at the beginning. And then when you do your mold, once the hair is dry, you finish it up. I hate to see people wait until the end to do an entire haircut after the mold because they really don't know where they're going. And I can clearly tell that by, what stylists do when they do it. So I did spray some of our hydration and strength leave-in therapy spray on the hair. You do want to make sure that you use a leave-in spray. And then I applied our Elite Silk Wrap Foam to her hair. I love the Elite Silk Wrap Foam because it is a nice hold, but it doesn't leave the hair hard or crunchy, and it does not flake on the hair. And that's one thing that I do love about this foam. And of course, it lays. It lays, and it makes the hair look slayed, and it gives it that nice shininess. I know, I was just putting my words together. But yes, I did use the Elite Silk Wrap Foam around the sides and the back. And then I always like to mold the sides and the back first because that is the most important part. It is the short areas that definitely have to be molded so that it will lay properly for the actual style. And instead of using the wrap strip, I use the end papers just to hold the hair down. When you have a fresh relaxer, this method works really, really well. If your hair is not freshly relaxed and it's kind of lifting off of the scalp, then you definitely want to use the wrap strips because it's not going to lay the mold the way you want it to. And then I went through and I just combed down the longer parts of her hair. So now that she's dry, I'm going through and just doing some detailing. I'm using my Andes T outliner to just give her an edge around the sides and the back. Some people use trimmers. There's so many different tools you can use to do this. I've been using the T outliner. I love how it just gives that nice crisp line. So definitely my T outliner is my go-to for any edging. And then I use my Babyless gold FX clippers for, any type of detailing or texturizing or anything of that nature, thinning, whatever you want to call it, okay? So I'm going through and I'm just kind of silking out the hair in the crown. Now the hair in the crown Does have a relaxer on it, but I'm going to say that it's more texturized. It's not bone straight. We don't put the relaxer on there and leave it on to make it bone straight because we want to leave as much density in her crown as possible. So for this style, I did go ahead and silk out most of it. And then I did add a couple tracks in between, which you'll be able to see. The tracks were added just to give her a little more fullness based on the style that she wanted, because she wanted to have a lot of feathering and layers. And of course, sometimes you need just a little bit of help. But her hair is actually great for this style. She's just bomb. Okay, let me just say it like that. This is one of my bomb clients. Bomb. Anyway, her color we did at a previous service. So the color was not something that we were going to touch up today. We're going to wait until her next appointment to retouch her color, because I'm trying to get to the point where I don't do color and relaxers, meaning like high lift colors and relaxers at the same time. Even though it can be done, I do still feel like you don't have as much control as you think you do, and the hair is really fragile at the time of a relaxer. So we're going to wait until her next appointment to do a retouch color over her silver streaks and any type of retouch to her highlights if she chooses to do so at that time. Now for the actual tracks, I used the ombre color hair because I wanted to give her a little bit of emphasis in that area. The ombre color hair is a lighter blonde than what she has, so it's going to give her some great contrast, and it's going to make everything that she has now, it's just going to make all of the color just pop out and just give a lot more drama. I'll call it dramatic, a little more dramatic to what she currently has. Not a very, very high lift blonde, but it was about, I'd say about a level or two above where she already is. Okay? But you can use whatever hair you want. I use this ombre hair because this is what I had, and it actually worked out really, really well. So I definitely would suggest, if you want to add some emphasis to your short style, you can add a couple pieces. We just glued it in. It's not something that's going to damage the hair. It's all in how you put it in and how you take it out. And honestly, the little track pieces from just perspiration, they typically will come out easily on their own, or just shampoo and they will come right out. So that's a little pro tip. But some people are like, oh, you're putting glue in the hair, you're doing this. We're not putting glue on the hair, we're putting glue in the part. That's number one. Yes, it touches a little bit of the hair. No, she's not going to be bald when we take it out. These are just tracks, guys. So be easy. Rest your nose, rest your comments, because I know they're coming. Anyhow, now I didn't have to put a lot of tracks in there because she does have a good density in that area. It was like 3 tracks, guys. And the only reason I did 3 is because you can't just put one at the face and expect it to blend really, really well. You want to make it where there's enough tracks for you to blend and for the fullness without looking like you only put 1 track in there. And then, of course, your cut is going to make a huge difference in how well it blends and how good or bad this turns out, okay? So if you guys can see, I didn't put a lot of tracks in her hair, and it looks like I did. It looks like we have a bunch of hair in there, and we don't. It's just all in how you lay your tracks. Placement is very important when it comes on to extensions, especially when you're putting them into a short style, because you have to work against the fact that short style has a blunt cut. And now you're trying to make something that's artificial blend with that blunt cut. So definitely placement is very important, okay? I did spray some of our newest product, which is the Goddess Polish, on her hair. It is a heat protectant and shine spray. I love the Goddess Polish, guys. It leaves the hair very nice and lightweight, but it gives it that shine, and it is a heat protectant, which is awesome. Okay, awesome. So you guys will get to see the finished style. I did bump the sides and the back slightly. It wasn't something that I was trying to curl, but you do still want to put just a slight amount of heat to it just to give it that tailored look. And then for the crown area, I used my H2 Pro 1-inch titanium flat iron to curl the area or bump the area. And I did spray on some Sebastian Shaper Plus to help with a better finish and a very, very slight hold. This is not a hold where I won't be able to comb through it. So that's another thing. You want to make sure that you're using, if you're going to use any type of aerosol spray, you want to make sure that it doesn't turn white on the hair. It doesn't create this heavy film, and it doesn't make the hair too firm. that you're not able to style through it. So it's not just any aerosol that you can use in regards to a holding spray. But my go-to has always been Sebastian Shaper Plus. They've never done me wrong. I am not getting paid to tell you that, but it is just, that is my go-to. Okay, every time I see Sebastian in the store, I buy a can because I know that that is my all-time high for any type of very mild or very light hold on the hair. So what I'm doing now is just finishing up the actual bumping or curling of the, if you want to call it a bang, the crown area, the feathering, whatever. Everybody has a different term. And then we're going to go through, and I sprayed a little bit more of the Goddess Polish as a finishing shine spray on the hair. And then I'm just using my rake comb to comb her out because I want that emphasis on her layers. And look, this thing came out so pretty, guys. Yes. Comment, tell me what you think. Thumbs up this video. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As you guys know, I love you. Bye.